to 5 Questions with your Classical Educator. My name is Christy Stoddard. I am the Culture and Events Coordinator at Scole Academy. And today I have with me Matt Davenport. Hello, Matt.
Hi, Christy. How's it going?
It's good, thank you. So I've been chatting with Matt before we started recording and getting to know him a little. And so this is our opportunity for you families to get to know Mr. Davenport as well. So let's jump right in. And I'm going to ask our first question, which is the bane of every teacher. I'm sorry, not what, I was jumping to the second. Who is your favorite author and why?
I have to say, and this one, I was struggling with this question a little bit myself, but I'm going to go with Soren Kierkegaard.
Yeah, I did see
Um,
that.
yeah. So not going in terms of, literature or books, but I personally have a great deal of love for philosophy, and Kierkegaard is someone who is an incredibly difficult person to study, but as you sort of work through his work, there's some incredible insights, both in terms of, his passion towards Christian faith and also insight into the human condition, human psyche. So he's a hard study, but there's some real gold to be found if you sort of dig through his work. So
I
I
love that.
definitely would say he's my favorite author there.
Yeah, I love that. I think that when we have to, and I say this to my students, we want to mine the depths of the books that we're reading. And I think that when we do that, there's a greater joy and a greater sense of accomplishment. And so that's beautiful. Thank you. So do you have a favorite book, or do you want to just say a book that you're reading?
I would say my favorite book, and this probably isn't incredibly novel, but Lord of the Rings would
Yes.
be my favorite. It's just every time I go back to it, it always has more insight, more to give. I'm listening through it again right now with my wife, and each time I look back at it at a different stage in my own life, I'd pull out new things I wouldn't have noticed before. It's just a brilliantly written book, and and I very much love Tolkien.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, you are in good company. I think
Of course.
50% of the teachers that I interview, I think, have Sarah J.R. Tolkien, one of his books. So, and the other are C.S. Lewis. And then there's a small percentage that's outside of that, but it's hard to beat either one of those.
I
Um,
figured that I wasn't going to be too out of left field with that one.
no, it's common, but that's good. You're in good company. So, what is your favorite quote having to do with education?
Um, this one also had to take some time to think about, but the one that came back to mind was Socrates. The unexamined life is not worth living. And in terms of, although that's not necessarily a philosophy of education, it is sort of placing the idea that education itself and introspection, looking into life in its different format, really does give it, you know, is life-giving in itself. And that education can be a valuable piece of living well. And I feel as though that element from Socrates, especially given during the apology, during his trial, is so powerful, and definitely something that's worth meditating on.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. So tell us about your hobbies, things that you enjoy doing when you're not teaching.
Um, right now, it's sort of mixed bag. I would say that in terms of sports, I still try to keep up with Taekwondo.
Oh,
I've been
nice.
studied that for a long time in college, and um, I do piano playing as well. Sort of, you can see it in the background there. And in terms of another sport, I have done disc golf a great
Oh,
deal,
yeah.
and that's really enjoyable out here.
Yeah. My husband and sons love to play disc golf. I've not ever had the opportunity to do it. I usually am at home with younger children, but one day I do enjoy frisbee, so I think I would like disc golf. That'd be
There you
fun.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us about the classes that you have coming up this summer and in the fall.
So in the fall, I'll be teaching a geometry class, which I'm excited to get back into. Taught it a few years when I was with Samuel Fuller School. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. And then for the summer, I'll be teaching a U.S. geography and culture class called Travel by Train.
Okay, wonderful. And when does that one start?
That's going to start mid-July, so I believe July 17th.
Okay.
And in that case, we're going to be working through the United States, each week taking a different Amtrak train, looking at the landscape that we'd be seeing on this journey, and then looking at the history and culture of the various destination cities that we arrive at.
Oh, that's so exciting. My family and I are actually going on a real Amtrak for our first time ever. This summer, we're going to New York on
Oh,
Amtrak. So,
fantastic.
yeah.
Ironically, I just came back from a trip out to Rocky Mountain National Park, and we came
Wow.
from Massachusetts to Colorado just by the train itself. So
Wow.
it's also
That's
coming
so
from
fun.
direct experience there as well.
Yeah, you're going to inspire lots of families to jump on the Amtrak and go traveling this summer, I think.
I think it's a great way to travel. I think
Yeah.
it's a great way to see the country and to really have a slower pace
Mhm.
as you go through the journey. So I really enjoy that a great deal, and it's something I'm looking forward to share.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you. If you're interested in learning more about Mr. Davenport's courses, please go to our Scole Academy webpage and you can look at the all courses. You can look at summer courses and you can look at subject specific courses for the geometry. Thank you so much again for joining us today, Matt. It was a pleasure getting to know you.
Great meeting you too.
Thanks. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye.